Hey there, how are you today? My name is Dana Damara, and you have landed on Astrocast. This is the new moon report for the new moon in Cancer that happens on Friday, July 5th at 3:57 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, I did do a report for the entire month of July. And as you know, the energy, if you listen to it, as you know, the energy is very, very magical this month. There's just a lot of beauty happening, especially at the beginning of the month. So we have the Sirus Gateway happening. I talked a little bit about it in the July report, but the Sirus Gateway is when the sun conjuncts Sirius, which is a beautiful star in our galaxy that is thought to be brighter than our sun. And so every year this happens right around the first week of July. And it's thought that the energy is higher, it's amplified, the vibrations are higher, it's easier to see love, it's easier to experience forgiveness. It's, those higher frequencies, gratitude, appreciation, love, connection. Okay. So this year it's awesome because the Sirius Gateway is in complete alignment with the new moon in Cancer. So the new moon in Cancer happens on July 5th, and the pinnacle of the Sirius Gateway is July 4th. So around that time, I know it's the time our country celebrates its freedom. And what I would say is just stay in optimism, stay in high vibratory frequency, be in a mindset of connection and joy, and set your intentions maybe before the festivities of 4th of July. If you partake, set your intentions for the new moon. Be in a place of disciplined awareness about what it is that you really want to create, and make those wishes known. I like to visualize it as like, the universe has this, like, you have the megaphone and the universe can hear every single thing you're saying, even if you're whispering it, right? So just understand that when the Cancer new moon collides with the Sirius Gateway, this is a powerful time of regeneration, of healing, of love, of connection. It's magical. It's magical. It doesn't happen all the time. So I would say take advantage of it and do your best to just be in that vibe, right? There's so many ways we can go in our society, especially in America, on the 4th of July. So I'm telling you, just be in this, choose optimism, choose joy, choose you. Let's see what else. Seek joy. Yes, higher intelligence. With the Sirius Gateway is almost like a whoosh of energy. So pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to new inspiration, new people that come into your life, new opportunities. Just be aware. And then remember that there's, 3 planets will be in retrograde at the time, but Chiron will go into retrograde toward the end of the month. So with 3 planets in retrograde, it's always time to, like, wow, this is a great idea. I love this. Oh my gosh, I have this beautiful intention and I'm super excited about it. And then just remember to just take a pause for a second and be like, okay, hold on. Am I in illusion? Do I have my ducks in a row? Use the energy to just kind of reel it in a little bit. So because of the Sirius Gateway placement and the sun and the moon, this is a really, really good time to open the heart. It's a really good time to try to see things from a higher perspective. I used the example in my class last week for perspective or perception of the theme. I remember a poem that I wrote in Ohms from the Mat, and it was called The Giraffe. And it was this whole idea around the giraffe has the longest neck of all of the mammals, and it has 3 hearts. And so it has this beautiful opportunity in life to see things from a higher perspective and to see everything with this softened awareness of love. So this is kind of one of those moments in time, is to really, understand that a Cancer new moon is going to make you more sensitive. It's going to make you more empathetic. right? So being mindful of where to set boundaries, being mindful of who makes you feel good and what makes you feel good. Being aware of your emotions, you might feel them a little bit deeper around this time, right? So paying attention to that, and then really allowing yourself to soften around any anxiety, soften around any type of energy that is needing softening. You know what I'm talking about. I could go on for days, right? There's a couple of really supportive, I will say supportive aspects that are happening besides Sirus Gateway to the new moon, and that is it's got a trine to Saturn and a sextile to Mars. So that means, when the moon is new, the sun and the moon are in the sky together, okay? And so they're trining Saturn and they're sextiling Mars, both of them. And so this is really, new vibe energy. When anything trines Saturn, even though Saturn is in retrograde, when anything trines Saturn, it wants you to get serious. It wants you to be serious about your plans. It wants you to be serious about what it is that you really desire. It wants you to think about, how is this aligned with me? What steps do I need to take? Who needs to be in my space? Who doesn't need to be in my space? It's like that type of energy. So making this trine to Saturn gives you a sense of discipline, but it also gives you more of an opportunity to actually manifest those things. Again, if you've been listening to me, you know that I'm not a huge proponent of using the word manifest, but it will help you co-create. Saturn will help you co-create if you are in alignment. If you're not in alignment, Saturn's going to be like, no, we're not going that way. So just be prepared. And then Mars is the initiator. Mars wants to spice things up. Mars wants to move you forward. Mars is like, come on, let's go. And, Saturn's like, hang on, I'm in retrograde. We need to look at the details. And Mars is like, screw the details. Let's just do it, because there's this passion, right? So there's this higher energy of wanting to be and do and go. I'm not going to tell you not to do that, but I am going to tell you to pick, be choosy. So maybe channel that energy, hiking or being outside or surfing or, doing something where you're communing with nature, but you're using that energy first before you're completely signing up for something that you're not really sure about, if that makes sense. And really guard against any kind of aggression. Saturn will help you do that. Saturn will kind of rein in Mars a little bit, but it's kind of your responsibility to harness the energy. And then Venus sextiles Mars, which is beautiful always. This is about love, creativity, relationships, gatherings, like connection. It's just Venus being active under this new moon is so helpful, because the new moon's in Cancer, so it's already sensitive. And so Venus just comes in and she's like, okay, we're all just going to love one another, and we are attractive beings, which means we attract things to us, and we don't have to push, we don't have to force. Mars is like, come on, let's do it. And Venus is all, well, I'm just going to chill and it's going to come to me. So remember that when you head into this new moon, you can write your intentions down. I highly recommend that all the time, because it's nice to come back and revisit them and say to yourself, oh, wow, I did that, right? Or, I wonder why I haven't focused on that. But it's really important to look within your heart and ask yourself, like, is this aligned with my heart? Always. If it's not aligned with your heart, then you ask yourself, what's the point? Because if it's not aligned with your heart, but it's something that you need to do or you have to do in this moment in time, then do it. I get it. Been there. It's okay. Maybe give yourself a timeline, but ask yourself if there's something that you need to do or take action on that is important, it's not completely aligned with your heart, ask yourself what your motivations are. Because right now it's all about love. It's all about sensitivity. It's all about empathy. So just take all that energy and just right back into your own heart. Oh, I hope this helped. If you want your chart read, reach out to me. I'd love to read your chart and to see where we're at. We're headed toward over half the year. It's unbelievable. I can't believe it's already July. So if you want to take a look at what's coming up through the end of the year, please reach out to me, dana@demara.com. Have a beautiful day, you guys. Namaste.